Warning, this video may contain spoilers for the TV show or movie that we discuss in this video. If you have not yet watched the TV show or movie that this video is about, please come back to the video at a later time after you have watched the content that was discussed. You have been warned. How's it going, everybody? This is Rob of Novakast, and what starts off as a, good movie, or at the very least an interesting premise, and comes from two good films, results in a disappointing schlockfest. I am talking about M. Night Shyamalan's Glass. I don't even know, what went wrong with this. And I will say that by the end of it, if you're looking at the movie, it could have gone, above and beyond with this. But they didn't, and I don't know if it was because of budget, because of the writing, because M. Night Shyamalan wanted to just focus it on certain areas. I don't know, but it's just so bad near the end. So, okay, basic premise of this film is the beast, or the individual who is suffering from multiple personalities, is still killing teenagers. Bruce Willis's character is on the hunt, as well as his son, who's working with him. And I think it's the same child actor, now older, working together to try to find out where this guy is. Because Bruce Willis has apparently taken on the role as a superhero. They end up getting caught, him and the guy with the multiple personalities, and in turn are sent to this local facility, or at least this facility that is to help them with their quote-unquote mental illness, where they introduce this doctor explaining that, or at least trying to come up with the idea that they are not superhuman, that it's all in their head. It's just all in their head. Now, to an extent, that was something that was brought up twice in both Unbreakable and Split, that the idea was because of some of their experiences, they became, or at least they became something far greater than any individual would ever be. And in this whole movie, they are separated, and including, they even have Samuel L. Jackson's character, who at first was an individual who made a few plots to create superheroes, is a mastermind. And sure enough, they bring that home, and it's actually creative on how they do that. Because at first you think he's lobotomized, or at least drugged out, but no, he's apparently hasn't been taking his pills. He hasn't been. In fact, there's one point where they try to lobotomize him. Nope, he fucks them over with that. He apparently switches certain things, or certain mechanisms in the lobotomizing machine that disables it. So he, still brings up, or continues the act that he is out, just incapacitated, so to speak. And each person, besides Glass, has certain precautions when it comes to their rooms. Like Bruce Willis's character, as I mentioned in Unbreakable, he has a weakness for water. So if he tries to break the door down, the room will be filled with water. They found a certain light, or flashing light, that affects the man with multiple personalities, So his room, if he becomes violent or acts as if he's going to rush the door, is proceeded to be flashed with this particular light. And again, it's interesting. It's interesting how they went about going, like trying to quote unquote cure these individuals. But it turns out, because this doctor, who I want to point out is part of this secret organization, is trying to make it out like, oh, there's no such thing as superheroes, but turns out there are. It turns out that there are superheroes, and that she is a part of an organization that keeps it under wraps. Okay. That ends up fucking her over. Especially when you find out that there were cameras. But what really kind of ruins the film is the last act. When all hell breaks loose, Glass breaks out, the Beast breaks out, and I might be calling him the wrong name, but they break out, and Samuel Jackson kind of sets it up where they are going to go to this new building and terrorize the populace, by which Bruce Willis's character is able to break out, and just outside the facility is trying to stop him. And I want to point out that with both the Unbreakable and Split, there was always those connections of, let's say, Bruce Willis and Samuel Jackson, the girl who was abused with the guy with the mental illness or the multiple personality disorder. You find out that the guy with the multiple personality disorder, Bruce Willis, and Samuel Jackson all are connected in some way by finding out that the guy with multiple personality disorder had a father who was on the same train as Bruce Willis's character and was killed by the train accident, which then caused him to be abused by his mother. Which I will point out that this guy does not take kindly to that news and proceeds to not punch a hole, but destroy the entirety of Samuel Jackson's ribcage, which I have to point out once again that his character, even though being really smart, has a very fragile bone structure. So one punch completely destroys his bones, causing him to hemorrhage from the inside, and then killing him. Once they kill him, then security ends up killing the guy with multiple personalities, and then Bruce Willis by drowning him. And that's when the doctor goes, haha, by the way, you guys are superheroes. I'm part of an organization to keep you guys under wraps, and not let the public know that you guys exist. Sure enough, that doesn't work. Because you find out, because earlier on by MacGuffin, you find out that the lady put cameras out. And sure enough, Samuel Jackson's character hacked the cameras and then proceeded to live record all of the footage from every single camera and send it to one individual. So everything that they tried to do to shut these three people down failed in the end. And in a sense, I will say with the very end of the film, it's kind of, I feel like there could have been more. Like it would have been nice to see that final battle. Like, I mean, they still have the final battle, but it would have been nice to see like them going to the building and them fighting. But that's more of like action-oriented individual, the action-oriented part of me, in a sense, where you have a lot of action movies where, you know, they are just crazy when it comes to action, the combat, and so on. So, final thoughts. Interesting premise near the beginning, terrible finale. Do I recommend this movie? Yes and no. Because, and like I said, it's a mixed bag, because the premise in of itself is interesting, but the way it goes about it is just wrong, and kind of feels like it's wanting in that sense. Alright, I think I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you guys so much for watching. Truly appreciate it. If you guys can, leave a comment down below. Like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. If you guys want to follow us on social media, links are in the description. If you guys want to follow MJ, Aden, and Magi on their streams, you can follow them on Twitch and YouTube. Follow some of our other content as well that we produce daily, as well as check out our podcast, which is on Sunday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. This is Rob of Novakast, signing off. Have a good one, and take care. Peace.